Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Oceanside Ice Arena. I am Niall Cooper, bringing you in tonight for our third and final game of Arizona State's three-night homestand as we lead into the Thanksgiving break. Last night, we saw Arkansas square off against Arizona State, and the Razorbacks got a big 2-1 victory in the first game of this two-night series. As I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn. Brett, we had an interesting game last night, a bit of a gritty game, and it was Arkansas who managed to find a way to get that go-ahead goal and never relinquish it. What did they do, and what will they continue to do that has given Arizona State so many fits?
I think they put Arizona State's defensive core really down in the dumps and was able to really force turnovers in their own defensive zone, and that allowed creating easy chances and easy turnovers, and off of those chances, they're able to capitalize and have a lot of opportunities to score and win the game, and I think that's something they need to take into tonight's game in order to keep their success.
And on the other side of things, Arizona State reeling a little bit as they've dropped the first two games of this homestand. In order to get things right and finish going into Thanksgiving with a little bit of a positive before they have to travel down to U of A 2 weeks from now, what do you expect Arizona State to come out with tonight?
I think the big key for the Sun Devils tonight is to make it easier on themselves, especially during that second period. They had a 5-minute spell where they took 3 minor penalties, and I think for them it's just to stay out of the box and be able to give themselves 5-on-5 opportunities in the run of play to be able to win hockey games. Even for any team, no matter how good your penalty kill is, if you put yourself under that much pressure, it's going to be very tough.
And Arizona State, they may have not made things easy on themselves last night, but we expect them to come out guns blazing, pedal to the metal tonight, and it should be a great atmosphere and a heck of a finish to the 3-game series. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with Arizona State Ice Hockey. after that beautiful rendition of our national anthem, we are just about ready for puck drop here at Oceanside Ice Arena on a beautiful Saturday night for some Sun Devil ice hockey. We have a ceremonial puck drop tonight. As the captains for each team help guide out the youngsters. And a beautiful puck drop there. As this game has been christened and we are ready to go now. I am Niall Cooper, back up in Oceanside Ice Arena alongside my partner, Brett Vaughn. As we turn our attention now to the starting goalies tonight, we have Bronson Moore back in the net once again for Arizona State. This will be his 16th start of the season. That is tops in the ACHA. And at the other end of the ice for Arkansas, we have number 96, Josef Desenka, who is also making his second straight appearance tonight. Goaltenders out of the way and the puck is dropped. We are underway in Tempe, Arizona. It's the Sun Devils who get the first shot on goal of the game. And Brett, as I let you jump in here, there are a few notes for Arizona State regarding the lineup tonight.
It definitely is. It's going to be number 20, Timothy Hoffenkamp. He's going to be coming back into the lineup, as well as some injuries. Jet Larson is out for tonight's game with a shoulder injury. Aiden Sullivan and Donovan Myers are back on the fourth line, and Connor Deneen stays in the third line.
Tate Green shuffling the lineups tonight. His hand has kind of been forced so far to start this season. Arizona State has dealt with quite a few injuries to open this first half of the regular season. Jared Hurley with a silky move to get around the forechecker, and he'll clear it all the way down the ice. And on this fresh ice, we do have an icing to start.
Big key for the Sun Devils tonight is going to be able to come out of their own defensive zone with speed off the breakout. A lot of problems that happened last night where either was somebody, their decor usually would be unable to take a hit and will be turning the puck over really easily. It's on them to manage the puck a lot better.
Trying to dig it out in the corner. It was kicked around by Deneen. Now thrown up by Kowalchuk, and they'll be able to get a change as icing is waved off. Finishing off his check is Palumbo as the puck comes the other way. It's a bank pass to Budman, but he can't handle it. And Arizona State collides with each other in the front as Budman and Palumbo got the best of each other. We saw Budman laying some big checks last night, but mostly to the other team. That's loose, picked up in the slot by Arkansas and poked in front. Bronson Moore is able to cover it after the puck kicked out to Colin Young in the slot, and he made a heads-up play to get it to the net.
Sun Devils, there's some good communication, maybe a little bit better saying to that forward coming back on the back check to be able to pick up that high guy in the slot. Fortunately for the Sun Devils, Moore was able to cover up.
Young wins the draw, ripped from the point, blocked away. Arkansas trying to feed it back to the point and get those shots with men in front of the net. Moore is able to see and stop that one. And now it's Adams for Arizona State, as he will have a chance to lead this breakout. Kowalchuk feeds it up to Klein, and he throws his hands up as if to say that was hard to handle. Now Arizona State changing lines. Williams trying to take advantage. He had a man open on the far side, couldn't thread the pass through. And now it's Holston who has a chance to get it out for Arizona State. Adams picks it up, plays it forward, back up to Holston, just off the edge of his stick, and he'll lay a check as Arizona State tags up for the offsides. Now with a chance to get a good dump in, it's Holston who deflects it into the corner. Demon after it. He has support from Deneen. Up to Holston. Holston looks for the shot. A changeup goes just wide of DeSanko and into the corner. Pinching there was Callahan. It's kept in. Deneen has it now. The right-hander reversing it to Demon, trying to get the cycle started. Deneen getting a hard ride in the corner as the Sun Devils lose the battle, and the puck comes out for Arkansas. And that pass that just missed will go all the way down for the icing. Just over 3 minutes gone in the first.
Deneen accepting the challenge from his head coach, Tate Green, of allowing him to play another game tonight, as he was there first on the puck in the corner and was able to retrieve that puck and center it to Holston. Holston was just unable to get some good wood on it.
Connor Deneen has yet to register a point in 10 games so far this season. He did have some moments last night, but nothing was able to materialize. Winning the draw, it's over to Budman. Budman can't handle it. His assistant captain gets a second chance and will dump it in where DeSanko's forced to play it. DeSanko just gives it away. Hoffenkamp in his first game back having a little trouble corralling the puck. As the lanky winger gets back in on the forecheck. Bumping it loose, continuing after it. Hoffenkamp showing some good work ethic in his first game back. Linesman caught in on the play, and he blocks the clear twice now. Arizona State can't do anything with it. And now it's Garrett Amaya retreating. A good stick check by Stovall. Stovall trying to get in. He's hacked, and there's a call by the referee behind the play. Looked to possibly be a slash. As Arkansas continues, the goalie just getting to the bench, and Arizona State gets a touch. And we have the penalty call upcoming.
It all started by Chris Stovall. A great job to just fight through the check of Garrett Amaya. Was able to lift his stick and go in on a scoring chance. And it forced Amaya to take a hooking call. And it was just good work by Stovall to get the first power play opportunity for the game.
Stovall, the leading scorer for Arkansas this season. He did not register a point last night, but was very dangerous in all phases of the game. DeGuire now taking a point shot. Nobody in front of Moore, and he'll stop it. DeGuire had the game-winning goal last night between these two squads. And Brett, it's always nice when you're able to get that support from the back end in terms of offense.
Definitely is just another way to score and be able to win games.
A good start to the penalty kill for Arizona State. The coaching staff for the Sun Devils not too pleased with the penalties they took in yesterday's game, but they did do a good job killing off just about every single one of them. However, you could say it was the one that got away in the second period that allowed Arkansas to get back in the game, and that was the one that really got under head coach Tate Green's skin. Palumbo trying to apply pressure at the point. Arkansas will throw it as a result down. Budman gets it but can't clear it. Gradisar playing pitch and catch on the half wall. Back to Gradisar. And that pass was just a little in front of him. Otherwise, it would have been a one-time opportunity for the Razorbacks. .45 seconds remain on the power play.
An Achilles heel for Arkansas last night, especially with their power plays trying to gain zone entry. They were a little too predictive for Arizona State and weren't able to establish zone possession. They need to clean that up tonight.
We see what you're talking about right there, Brett, as they're almost playing right into Arizona State's hands. An icing just averted by McLean, extending his stick. McLean gets a hard ride, no call. As Keeley trying to dig it out of his feet. He gets some support, and it's York that clears it down the ice, and that will just about do it on this opening power play for Arkansas.
Possible momentum builder for the Sun Devils after killing this power play.
Demon trying to build off of that momentum, as it's Demon and Holston in on the forecheck, and they dig the puck out and get it back to the point where it can be thrown down. That looked to be deflected off of Budman's stick as he pleads his case to the referee, but it will be an icing call, at least momentarily.
Looks like some arguing coming from the Sun Devil bench. Word of the wise is you always want to try to at least gain that center ice red line to be able to be sure that you're not going to be called for an icing call.
13:39 left in the first period of this Saturday night on ice. Razorbacks throwing one from the point. That takes a funny deflection, just gets past Bronson Moore as he turned looking for the puck. It's now Budman in the corner. Budman, the puck on edge, having trouble getting it to his teammate. He gets some support and now can bring it forward across the red line. Arizona State in on sides. Holston, the power forward in the corner, protecting the puck, trying to get it up to his winger, Demon. It was intercepted, but then turned over to Budman, and he goes right off the mask of Desenka, and that goes up into the netting. A good opportunity for the Sun Devils off of a turnover in the offensive zone.
Great read by Budman to be able to be alert and read that pick to get the pass. And he was able to get it, trying to go upstairs on the glove side by Desenka, but he just got enough with the shoulder.
It's Klein in the circle, trying to win it for the Sun Devils. He will. From the point, now down low, it's Yager Larson. Backhands it around the net. Klein trying to withstand the check of Yapello. And it's Gradisar who digs that out and gets it out of the zone. The Razorbacks continuing where they left off last night in terms of the pressure they are applying to Arizona State's forecheck. And they are winning quite a few of the battles so far to start this game. That going all the way down. It may be a chance for the Razorbacks if Gradisar can get there, but it's Bronson Moore out of his net to play the puck, denying a good chance. Back to Gradisar. That sauce pass just gets over his stick.
Studioso lucky on that last chance. He has to keep his head on a swivel in order to pick up that high guy, and that shift was Gradisar.
Close call for Arizona State as Gavin Klein with some soft mitts gets that puck in behind, but nobody able to get there. Arkansas working hard to start this game, but they go offsides. With 11:50 left in the first, it's a scoreless game.
Arizona State being really aggressive to start off as they're running a 2-1-1 forecheck, as they're sending two guys straight, one guy in the corner on the strong side of where the puck is, and the other guy on the weak side to pick off that DDD pass and hit the guy in the middle of the slot.
Foster gets it to his partner, and they can clear. As that one goes up into the stands. A slow start to this game. And certainly not what we expected from the Sun Devils, especially after talking to the head coach beforehand. Dumped in, retrieved, and that gets to the point. The shot from Palumbo goes wide. As it was Palumbo who had switched spots with Studioso. Studioso always keen to jump in the play when the chance presents itself. That one nearly turned over right in the slot. Arizona State cannot handle it though. And now it's Budman who has to bring it back in. Budman drops it off. That shot deflected. That goes just wide off of the stick of Sullivan. Palumbo at the end of his shift trying to track down his man. He loses his stick, but wins the battle, and that allows his teammates to come in and get the puck. Deneen doing a great job to move his feet, and he draws a penalty, and Arizona State will go on the power play after some good work by one of the depth lines for the Sun Devils.
Third line out there for the Sun Devils was a great job by Deneen. One of the few Sun Devils that's getting his wheels going and was able to win that race to the puck and ended up getting hooked on the call. And it's going to lead to the Sun Devils' first power play of this hockey game.
And that's what Tate Green has been looking for this entire series, even going back to the Missouri State game, was to have his guys moving their feet in the offensive zone and just applying pressure to the defense. Holston gets it to Geely, back to Kowalchuk. Kowalchuk and Geely swap as it's behind now for Holston. Holston settles it down. The puck on edge quite a bit here as the ice is a little shaky to start. Holston trying to get it into the slot. Not the best idea, and it goes all the way back.
Sun Devils looked really good on the power play once they were able to get the puck in the zone and establish in the offensive zone. Just want to see a little more assertiveness with whoever's having the puck, forcing the hand of the defense.
ASU trying to get on that front foot. The pass through the slot wouldn't go. And York throws one all the way back to Kowalchuk. That's hard for him to handle, and he'll lose an edge. The Razorbacks pump one in, and Moore has to nod it wide with the edge of his stick. And the Sun Devils will have to restart. A minute into this power play. Looking for the first shot of the man advantage. It will not come there as Hoffenkamp has trouble with a hospital pass, but luckily they get it back. Klein at the point. Klein banking one behind the net. Arizona State with the man advantage, but not moving too much. Very static early on. That shot just gets redirected into the corner. Budman back to Studioso. Over to Klein. Klein opts for the pass. It's across to Budman. He pumps, shoots, and a save by Desenka. The first shot on goal of the power play with 15 seconds left. It's Hoffenkamp in the corner, working off of his man. Gets it to the point, back to down low. Trying to go high, and that puck will squirt out of the zone. As it was Amaya who went for the all or nothing shot. Budman with a pinch. He loses that one, and Holston has to come back to bail his defenseman out. Not the best power play we've seen this season from the Sun Devils.
Yeah, they're able to get their bearings straight in that second half of that 2-minute minor call. And I liked how direct they were being, of just making a couple quick passes and forcing it to the net and trying to funnel for that rebound.
Deneen now in. He gets ridden off of the puck. Battling for it hard in the corners, Deneen, though, as he has two Razorbacks all over him. Deneen gets it to Holston. Holston fakes it to the point. Decides to go down low to Deneen. Holston into the slot. Deneen finds him. That short angle shot denied. Deneen trying to brace himself against the boards as he gets put down. Back up. He's still digging for the puck. A great shift from Deneen. Kowalchuk, the captain, fires one with traffic. That squirts out. Pick back up. Demon trying to stick handle around his man. Doesn't fool him. And that's up into the bench and a whistle.
I'm going to have to start calling Connor Deneen the golden retriever. A bone's been thrown in the corner, and he's been able to retrieve it and be able to get that puck out and dig it out. He already drew one penalty already. He's consistently putting the Arkansas Razorbacks defensive core under pressure, and it's going to pay dividends eventually.
And you can see why head coach Tate Green promoted Deneen to the third line today, as his work ethic has been through the roof. A good example to set for the rest of the squad. Stovall gets it ahead. Brought in now by Gradisar. On his backhand, he tried to throw one through the middle. Dangerous, but nobody on the other end for the Razorbacks. It's Amaya, a good shovel pass. Unable to handle it, however, was Hurley. Kept in at the point by York. Down to Hurley. Into the middle, he's looking for Amaya, tripped up, it gets to the point. That shot from Callahan wouldn't go. The Razorbacks clogging passing lanes and shooting lanes. Hoffenkamp taking a hard check there. As you can see him a little sore as he gets back to the bench. Geely with a chance to provide the good breakout pass, and he does. They're in. Dusenko with an easy save off Klein. Larson reverses it. Klein down low. The cycle starting up for the Sun Devils. As Larson tried to make a move, but couldn't keep the puck. He gets it now. Finds Geely. He sees a man activating, tries to feed it to him, but it was on his backhand, and Klein couldn't do anything with that one. Madsen in a one-on-one situation, just trying to open up a shooting lane. Bronson Moore harmlessly pushes that one wide. The Sun Devils, fresh off of their first consecutive good minutes of the game, and Geely gets stapled along the boards. We're down to 5 minutes left in the first. That wraparound denied by Moore. Picked up, however, by Stans. A funny bounce into the slot as Drew Hill kicks it into the corner and retrieves it. Back up to Williams. Williams drops it down low to Hill. Hill trying to keep possession of the puck as Studioso gives him a hard ride. And Moore will glove that one down.
Great job by Studioso on the one-on-one against Connor Madsen for Arkansas. Any good defenseman will tell you you want to look at the chest and not look at the puck, because then that's when the forward will be able to beat you and pull you out of position. It was a good job by Studioso to look at the chest.
Studioso minding his P's and Q's.
Another thing I've noticed for Arizona State when entering the zone, almost every possession they've been able to cut through the neutral zone, is that they've been able to be very direct with their play. Dumping the puck in, not turning the puck over at the blue line, and that's going to generate a lot of offense and be able to let them establish the cycle in the offensive zone quickly.
Getting it out, a 2-on-1 would have been there. Palumbo couldn't keep it. Gets it back now. Palumbo in on the weak side, fires one. Tried to sneak it in that near post. Dusenko was having none of it. Now the Sun Devils need to dig it out of the corner. They get it. Myers has it. Myers persevering. Throwing it back to the point. The one-timer. And Kowalczuk's stick breaks just as he releases that shot. Unfortunate for the Sun Devils, but they do keep the puck. That point shot denied, and Brett, just a stroke of bad luck on that shift.
Yeah, unfortunate. I could see Kowalczuk's eyes from here were as big as like he's looking at a burger, and he just really wanted to whale into that one. Just unfortunate timing with the stick breaking.
And whose eyes wouldn't light up looking at a burger? They even make vegetarian burgers, if you didn't know, Brett. I've had one. They're very good. Some of the best cheeseburgers, though, come from Cold Beers and Cheeseburgers, an official partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils. Budman keeps it in at the point, gets it down low to Holston. He has a man open in the slot, trying to find Demon. A good denial, however, by LaPlante. As Demon just sneaking in. Holston holds up, avoids the offsides, reverses and restarts. Demon gets in, he's onside. Ricochets one behind the net, it gets back to the point. Holston once again trying to get it into the slot, as he had both Demon and Deneen there. But now we will have a slashing penalty And that'll be Deneen, who sits for 2.
It's like a little kerfuffle in front of the Arizona State bench. That was unfortunate. Connor Deneen was doing such a good job forechecking and coming on back on the back check. He was looking for a little water skiing trip. Was able to be caught for a hooking call. And that's going to put the Sun Devils on another penalty kill.
Three minutes left in the period. Working it in the corner. Arkansas, they find him. Young looking for the one-timer. He dusts it off, and Moore's able to make the save. Wide open was Gradisar. He had the one-time opportunity, but opted to delay and settle the puck down, and that made the difference as Moore was able to get across. Studioso with a good block, down on one knee. Arkansas back to the point. Deguire drops it. The shot, that deflects wide. Throwing it across. Moore has to get there. He does. Sun Devils unable to clear it. Deguire tries to throw one through traffic. It wouldn't go. Picked up by Delisle. Just able to get it out of Studioso as Arkansas looked dangerous after winning that opening draw.
Yeah, good job by Arkansas. Again, they know they have their troubles trying to get into the offensive zone, but if they bear down and win the first draw in the offensive zone, they don't have to establish zone possession and have the puck right there.
Makes all the difference for the Razorbacks. And that puts the Sun Devils on their heels as the captain, Kowalczyk, trying to beat the forecheck of 3 Arkansas players, doing a tremendous job just killing it. The big Timothy Hoffenkamp gets in as Arizona just is content to hold this one. It gets back to the point. Gottlieb fires that one wide. It bounces back into the slot. Kicked out. Arkansas still with the puck. Salmon hacking away at it, and it'll be cleared by Hurley. Hurley gets it down to the opposing blue, and Arizona State will try to get a quick change. McLean just a little too short to reach that pass. As it's Budman killing it in the corner, it squirts out to Stovall. 8 seconds left in this power play. McLean with a hard check from the side from Budman. Into the slot, Salmon's there, he takes the shot, Moore trying to find it, and he has it covered just as the power play expires. A good chance for Arkansas, but Bronson Moore was there to see it all the way.
Arkansas had a few good chances on that power play opportunity. Moore doing a really nice job of being able to fight through that screen and get to that puck first.
That power play opportunity was brought to you by Danny Dental Studio. Arizona State wins the draw and will rim it around. Amaya loses it. Hoffenkamp will help him out and gets it to Hurley. The big boys are out for Arizona State as they attempt to finish this first period on the upswing. Banking it down, forcing the defenseman to have to make a good play. And De La Guardia will resume with the puck now as he goes for the home run pass. Can't find him, and that'll be an icing with 21.1 remaining.
Good job by Studioso to not force a play and not turn it over in his own zone. He made a smart play to just chip one off the high glass. Although his forwards might be tripping him a little bit of not being able to give him a nice tape-to-tape pass. As a defenseman, your job is to be the custodian back there and keep everything nice and tight in the defensive zone.
Studioso keeping it very clean, which is something I'm sure the head coaching staff will be very pleased about, considering the late second period goal that Arizona State yielded yesterday. They win the draw. York fires one wide. Kowalczyk pinches. He gets support from Larson, who throws it on that. That's deflected. Still loose in front as Desenka looked to use his head to nod it away. 1 second left. York will fire one up and over Desenka, and the horn will sound to end the first period as Arizona State outshot Arkansas 9-8, but we finish with a 0-0 score. A great opening frame to this game as things started off a little slow before eventually picking back up. And we saw a great pace, which I hope everyone has enjoyed, as we bring it up into the broadcast booth for the first period recap. And as I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn, we are going to give you the Devil's Advocate Sports Bar and Grill first period recap. And Brett, this was a very tightly contested one, neither team really giving an inch.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Arkansas looked a little dangerous on that power play. So I think going back to those keys of the game that we had at the start of the game, Arizona State has to be a little more conscientious of staying out of that penalty box and not putting themselves under so much pressure.
Arizona State, they did go to the box, but they did a good job killing it off. Their power play, on the other hand, not nearly as successful. It took them over a minute just to get into the zone, looking a little static. If you're the coaching staff, what do you want to tell your players going into the second period to try to get that power play and get that offensive spark going?
I think they're doing a good job. You can see it on the 5-on-5 of being able to be clear and concise and being able to just go into the offensive zone by chipping it, making an indirect play, and being able to go to work down low. I think for them it's very important to be able to get puck possession first off of those opening draws, and from there being decisive and forcing that defensive for the Arkansas Razorbacks to make a decision, and that'll create more space for them to score.
Well, folks, it was a great period. Nothing to report on the scoreboard, but plenty of action to go all around, and we expect a lot more of that when we come back with our second period. Thank you for joining us for the Sun Devil Advocate first period report. I'm Niall Cooper with Brett Vaughn, and we'll see you for the second period in a hot minute. Welcome back, folks, to the second period as we are just about to get underway. We see all 34 of you tuned in right now, and thank you so much. Niall Cooper with Brett Vaughn tonight as we bring you back in just in time for the start of our Kowalchuk Construction LLC second period, Design, Build, Services. And the puck drops, and we get underway. Garrett Amaya in for the Sun Devils. He slips and loses an edge. The ice looking a little shaky tonight as the typically frigid Oceanside Ice Arena is a little warmer than normal. And as you can see, a few pools of water out on the sheet that have not frozen over completely. Moore will save that one, and Brett is our experienced man on the call tonight. What does a poor sheet of ice force you to do or not do in terms of your regular gameplay?
It's going to be hard handling the puck normally because it's going to be like you're over at Big Surf Water Park over there as the ice is flooded, and it's hard to get the puck through that ice. And it's important to just keep it simple and be able to make a pass when you can and not handle too much.
That draw won by the Razorbacks, thrown on. Bronson Moore flashing the glove up over his head to get that one.
Sun Devils again have to be very aware, especially those defensemen, to have communication. They got exploited on Friday against Missouri State and a little bit yesterday with Arkansas sneaking a forward between both of the defensemen and being able to have a free breakaway. They have to pay attention.
Arizona State breaking out, a 2-on-1 there on sides. Holston with the shot. Desanko stands up to that one and shoulders it away. Retrieving it is Deneen. He'll fire one. The rebound, Holston. He looked like he had a wide open net. Couldn't get the shot off. Desanko thanking his lucky stars after that rebound. Kicks right out to Levi Holston. ASU doesn't tag up, and that's an offsides.
Good job by this line of Holston, Demon, and Deneen. They did a great job establishing the forecheck. That was a nice job by Deneen to roll out on the top of the circle, take a shot, and a good job by Holston to be able to follow up the rebound. Just unlucky, couldn't put it on the backhand.
De La Guardia back, takes a hard check, but gets it around to his D-men. Arkansas trying to play a little baseball as they leave their zone, and that leads to a turnover. A quick backhand by Klein, denied. And off to the half wall, where Arkansas tries to get it out, but once again turns it over. The Sun Devils starting the second period hot. Arkansas finally able to get it out of their zone. Kritzel will throw one on, and Moore deflects it into the net. That'll be an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Razorbacks.
I like the Sun Devils to be a little more aggressive on that gapping, as we just saw with Arkansas, as the forward for the Razorbacks was able to have time and space and be able to chip that puck in, but he was all by himself, and there he was surrounded by four Sun Devils. You'd like to establish pressure and be able to create the turnover in the neutral zone instead of having to go back 200 feet in your own zone.
Trying to dig it out on the draw is Arkansas. They have it along the boards. A little hard to see, and that one squirts all the way out where Yapello has to play it to Gottlieb. Looking for Williams. He misses him. That's an icing, and Williams tapping his chest, letting him know that that was a good pass. He just couldn't corral it.
Arkansas's five-man unit out here has been out only about 15 or 30 seconds, but that's a lifetime in hockey. It'll be interesting to see this fresh new Sun Devil line try to take advantage.
We've already seen the Sun Devils roll through all of their lines as Garrett Amaya is back on now with Hoffenkamp and Hurley. Amaya gets it. Ski balls one into the corner. Hoffenkamp after it, lays a big check. Hurley trying to help him out. Sun Devils do get that puck back, and it's now Amaya. On the strong side, he'll throw that one on and get a whistle.
Unfortunate against that tired group for the Razorbacks, as now all 5 are going for a change. It was a good job by the Sun Devils to, again, force those turnovers, but I like a little better shot selection on that far side of the corner. Not too much space and open net for the shooter to put in, and also to the location of where the shot was placed. It was just in the goalie's chest, and that's going to be an easy save and no rebound every time.
Kowalchuk pinches, gets in, seals the wall, and keeps the puck in the zone. The forwards for ASU cannot handle it. And now Kowalchuk, a little lazy, gets caught. And Arkansas comes back the other way. A good job by the ASU forwards to get back. Now Kowalchuk can get it to his D partner, but it's just kept in by the Razorbacks. Arizona State dealing with the long change of the second period. Can't get it out. And that's a lazy play that leads to a holding call. And it looks like Zachary Kowalchuk will sit for 2 minutes.
Well, it seems fitting. Kowalchuk had some problems, had a little time to be able to get rid of that puck at the offensive blue line, and it ends up costing him as the Razorbacks took it the other way and put under Kowalchuk so much pressure that he had to take a penalty.
And we thought it was on Kowalchuk as he did a flyby past the penalty box. Looking very bewildered as the Arkansas benches. The coach comes all the way down to the end to get an explanation from the referee, as we all thought it was going to be an Arizona State penalty. And it's actually a holding call on the Arkansas forward, Corey Delisle, the Plano, Texas native, and he will sit. And just like that, the tables have turned and Arizona State gets an early power play.
Kowalchuk got lucky again, turning that puck over on the blue line. But for Arkansas, another needless penalty in your own offensive zone.
Arizona State wins the draw and sets up. Budman across the Studioso, playing pitch and catch with Amaya. Back to Budman, that shot. The rebound kicking out from DeSanka, and it'll be cleared all the way down. Arizona State, a stark contrast to the first power play, as they're able to get a shot off very early on. That's, however, a bad play by Klein, as he goes right into the opposing forward and turns it over. Arkansas now looking to get a little offense going shorthanded. And Hoffenkamp's going to have to race over to win that battle. Arkansas not easing up, though. Even shorthanded, they're applying pressure as quick as they can. Hoffenkamp decides to take things into his own hand, gets it all the way in the zone, tries to bank a pass to Yager Larson, but he can't handle it.
Sun Devils are getting outworked right now. Great job by the forward, Joshua Stands, for the Arkansas penalty kill.
York denied by Stens once again. A good defensive shift by him. That knuckle puck from York will be gloved down by DeSanka, and not the highest quality of chances we're seeing from the Sun Devils.
Really inexcusable for any power play to be outworked on their own opportunity. It's just simply, even if you have one more man, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're able to get the puck every single time. You still have to work.
Sun Devils still looking to find their stride. They'll get into it. Geely applying pressure. Larson supports him. Holston, he can't seal the wall. Kowalchuk will pinch. That jumps up into the air. Both teams frantically trying to dig it out of the corner. As it's the Sun Devils who come up with it, but Holston tries to make a cute play at the blue line and will ultimately lead to an offsides.
Not the greatest of power plays for Arizona State. They had a good chance once they won that initial draw in the offensive zone, but other than that, they have not been able to get anything going.
And that's interesting, partner, considering the opening 5-on-5 play we saw the Sun Devils dominate, only to go up 5-on-4 and be very lazy right now. That chance will come out. Another save by DeSanka. As the Sun Devils are back to 5-on-5. Amaya moving his feet to get to the puck. He'll send it down to Hurley. Hurley takes a check. Foster gets him off the puck, but he gets support from Hoffenkamp to the point. That shot through traffic, the rebound. Another save by DeSanka, and there will be a penalty on the call. A slashing penalty will be assessed as both DeGuire and Hurley look for their sticks. A very emphatic slashing signaled by the referee. And Arizona State, fresh off of that power play, will go right back on another one.
Again, it was Arizona State 5-on-5. They were outworking the Razorbacks. Force number 52, Sean Foster, the defenseman, to take a penalty. And that's, again, something they're missing when they have these odd man opportunities. And they need to translate that in this power play if they want it to be successful.
Arizona State on an Oxy-Pow power play. Just kept in, thrown down to Larson. Larson pokes it ahead to Holston. Back to Larson. To Holston once again, back to Larson. Larson looking for the shot, it wouldn't go. He gets it back, trying to find it in his skates. It squirts out, Holston can't get there. Arkansas clears it, and they're trying to get all the way down the ice. It will get close enough to Moore that he can play it. A good chance for the Sun Devils. They're coming back looking for more. Holston reverses. He had nobody there. A bad drop pass, and now Arkansas comes the other way. Amaya trying to get back for ASU. That one off the crossbar, and a shorthanded chance for Arkansas. Just missing it was Drew Hill, the Brooklyn, New York native, as he throws his head back, wondering what could have been.
Good job by Hill to just hesitate a little bit, put on the brakes, and that gave him enough space to try to go upstairs on Moore, but he couldn't beat the crossbar.
Arizona State yielding that chance shorthanded. As we continue to see Arkansas winning these battles away from the puck. The Arkansas bench really feeling it. Hoffenkamp now on all fours. It's into the slot, and once again, Arkansas will clear it all the way down as we are under 30 seconds left on the Arizona State power play.
Again, it keeps bewildering me how every time they have a 5-on-4 opportunity, they almost put up the recliner seat and are really stagnant instead of playing like they are 5-on-5, and how they keep generating power play opportunities by outworking the opponent.
The final seconds tick off of this power play for Arizona State as they keep it in the offensive zone. Klein, and that pass can't find anyone as he looks to be between two trains of thought and ends up just throwing it all the way back into his own zone. In the corner, Arkansas just digs it out. But losing an edge, it appeared to be LaPlante. And that allows Arizona State to come back. Holston throwing a soft backhander just over the far corner. Kowalchuk reads that and throws all the way down. Holston, he's on sides, doesn't realize it. He had a lane to the net, decided to button hook as he waited for Deneen to get in on the play. Back to the point now. Holston drops to Kowalchuk. Kowalchuk fans on the shot, and Arkansas is coming the other way. Stovall, he has a man going to the net. He looks for the pass. Kowalchuk just stopped it. The puck's still loose in front. And that one's thrown all the way down. Back the other way is Palumbo. Palumbo trying to outman Foster, but Foster, the bigger player, able to use his strength to win that battle. Foster like a wrecking ball coming all the way back down for Arkansas. As coast-to-coast action starts in the second period, a big check by Foster, but it's a 2-on-1. Palumbo, he's got Hurley. Hurley stops up in the blue. Palumbo tries to take the shot, can't get it, and now Desenka will cover with 10:30 remaining.
Looks like both teams there for that stretch of a couple minutes started to loosen up the wagons and was going coast to coast on both ends. Good opportunities for both teams. I would have liked to see Austin Palumbo on that 2-on-1 opportunity. It was a good job by him to hesitate to wait for his line mate to come up the ice, but I would have liked a little stronger shot or stronger opportunity for the Sun Devils.
That's tough for Palumbo. He's between a rock and a hard place as he comes in on his strong side, and his only man he has with him, Hurley, also on his strong side as a righty. That means it's harder for him to put home a one-timer, and Palumbo looked like he didn't know whether to shoot it or pass it, ended up missing his window to make a good play. Arizona State, however, still in the offensive zone. If they can win this draw, they do. The wingers step in. It's Geely who gets it. Geely turns, finds his man stepping in from the point. It's York. York given a hard ride by Gradisar, and that denied the scoring opportunity. Off of a skate, it finds its way to Geely. Geely trying to catcher's mitt that one down. And now Klein will get it from the half wall, just try to wheel one in front. Another blue line turnover. It's Larson in after it. Arizona trying to get a change behind the play. As Amaya will step on that, cleared all the way down. York trying to play it with his hand. Klein gives him a little support. Klein now, the goal scorer from last night's game, will bring it in the offensive zone. Looking to add to his tally, he just rips that one wide. A very close one as it got past Desenka, but goes just wide. Another opportunity, and Desenka flashes the leather. Jared Hurley, his stick on his head, can't believe it. And the best chance possibly of this game goes begging.
Great save by Desenka to come out and be aggressive, but it was a nice read by Dylan Adams, the defenseman for the Sun Devils, to be able to corral the puck, bait his forechecker to come at him, and left a wide open passing lane to Horley, and Horley had all day, and unfortunate to get it, not get a goal.
A good read to deny the breakout pass by Michael Perez. Now Arkansas has to take a second chance at it. This time they'll opt to carry it across the blue line. Valentin denied. He'll pick it back up. His first shot blocked at the point. Gradisar trying to find it. Amaya does get it, and he'll feed it up to Offenkamp. Offenkamp delays, drops it to Budman, and that goes right into the gut of the goalie where it's stopped and held. 8:43 left in the second period. Still no score. But the Sun Devils have looked encouraging coming off of that second power play.
Again, I think on the 5-on-5 run of play, the Sun Devils have had the advantage, and they've had a few chances, especially in this last couple 5 minutes, but good job by Joseph Desenka to be able to stand tall back there for the Razorbacks.
Studioso gets one on net. Holston wins a battle, swaggering it around. He takes the shot, denied, goes wide, back to the point, and kept in by Dylan Adams. He throws it down low where Demon can go and dig it out. Demon a quick cut into the slot, now Deneen. Deneen gets it to Studioso. Studioso takes a hard check right into the boards, and he looks to be out cold. Deneen going right after the Arkansas player. He did not like what he saw at all, as it appeared to be Joshua Stenz who put him into the boards really hard. Meanwhile, Levi Holston getting into it as the Arkansas player, Gottlieb, being forced to hold back as he shrugs the linesman off and eyes him down. And clearly tensions really boiling over right now by both teams, Brett, as this game just got a little more intense.
Really interesting what happened and got into Dakota Gottlieb's skin for the Razorbacks. Really good, though, to see John Studioso III able to get up and get his motor functions back going, as it looked like he took a hard hit, possibly from behind in the numbers.
He did. Studioso, he was right in no man's land where you do not want to be. He had played the puck, was a couple feet away from the wall, and the Arkansas player came in. Unfortunately, nobody in the ACHA wears the nice youth jerseys that have that big stop sign right in the middle of the numbers, because Studioso really could have used one there, as a Razorback forward finished his check, put him right into the dasher, and you could see he looked to be out, at least for a moment there. And afterwards, we did see both teams starting to get into it, as both Levi Holston and Connor Deneen trying to stick up for their teammate. The referees appear to have made a decision as they sorted this one out. As Studioso limped back to the bench, we saw Gottlieb for Arkansas with his helmet off being escorted back to the bench, and he appeared to be extremely frustrated, ended up shoving the linesman, and then had a private word with the referee following that exchange. And as such, it'll be very interesting to see what the decision is regarding all the parties involved in that melee.
Unfortunate to see a possible dirty play by the Razorbacks player Gottlieb. As a player suiting up, you like to play with that edge, but you also have to have respect for your opponent on the other side of things, because just like Gottlieb might have cross-checked Studioso in the back, that's the same thing that can happen to you, and you have to have respect for your opposition every time you lace it up.
It's one of the things that makes hockey such an exciting and interesting game to watch, as you see players night in and night out toe that line between respect and hard work. You have 10 guys on the ice at once, adrenaline pumping, checks flying, skating seemingly 100 miles an hour when you're standing as close as we are to the action. And while all that's going on, you need to find a way to keep yourself in check and not purposefully go out of your way to injure anyone, which can certainly look a lot harder when you're standing where we are and not on the ice partaking in the action.
Yes, especially for how fast that game can get, especially at this high of a level. On the scoreboard right now, it looks like it's going to be a 5-minute major penalty. As far as we know right now, the referees are still talking to both respective captains. And in terms of coming back to this hockey game, it leaves a great opportunity for the Sun Devils to finally get the first tally in the second period.
And folks, when we get that official call in, we will try to sit back and let you listen, as we can only give you what the PA announcer gives to us. Some great work by our cameraman, as you see 8:13 left, the 5-minute major on the board. As over by the Sun Devil locker room, we see the trainer attending to Studioso. Good to see him get up from that one under his own power. So, folks, if you couldn't hear that, we have a 2-minute roughing minor to Dakota Gottlieb of Arkansas and a 10-minute misconduct. A 2-minute roughing penalty to Levi Holston of Arizona State. Those offset. And then it's the 5-minute major for boarding and a game misconduct to Joshua Stens. Arizona State now 45 seconds into this 5-minute major, operating in the offensive zone as they have yet to yield possession. Hoffenkamp looking for the short angle shot. Nothing doing. He'll get a second chance. Hack is back to the point. It's picked up by Amaya. Amaya uses his body to protect it. They work it across to Kowalchuk. That deflected. Desanka pushes it into the corner. Arizona State goes from high to low. Klein can't jam it in, so he'll take it back, get it to Kowalchuk. Kowalchuk to Klein. Klein chips it in the corner. Foster checks Hoffenkamp off the puck. And he gets it back and will throw it all the way down the ice.
Good job by Arkansas being able to roll into that diamond penalty kill and be able to take away the passing lanes once the Sun Devils rotate.
That passing lane is open. A good block. A second chance opportunity. Gailey sticks it wide. Hurley at the blue line. Can't make up his mind. Ends up carrying it into the neutral zone. And Arizona State has to tag up. Valuable time. Ticks off of this power play. Foster skies it. It's knocked down. Thrown on net. Desanka can't handle the rebound. Dylan Adams flying across the blue line. Just keeps it in. A good effort by the defenseman. Larson over, trying to support Jack York as the Sun Devils lose the positional battle, and then the puck is thrown into the neutral zone.
I like to see the Sun Devils work on their puck retention a little bit more and outnumber the puck wherever the scrum is.
Larson trying to look off his man, but that pass won't get into the corner. And Arkansas will clear it once again as Arizona State really struggling to put passes together. More than half of this 5-minute power play is gone. Arizona State, nothing much to show for it other than a few short angle shots. Amaya gets it back to York. Over to Amaya. Amaya fires, that's deflected. Coming down to Adams, he tries to whack it on the one hop. It won't go. In the corner, Hoffenkamp has to win a battle single-handedly as no one comes to support him, and Arkansas will fire it all the way down.
Again, good job by Arkansas just keeping the puck to the outside, pressuring the Sun Devils when their back is turned to them.
Hurley in the slot, puts it in the corner, tries to pick up his own rebound. He gets De La Guardia's stick and knocks it out of his hands. That'll be a slash. And what has been, to put it simply, an anemic power play for Arizona State will now yield to 4-on-4 after that slashing call in a disappointing way to see your teammates avenge that injury to Studioso.
Really has been a buzzkill with only a minute 28 left in that 5-minute major call. And now the Sun Devils are negated their power play, and now we're on 4-on-4 terms. Arkansas has to be really happy right now to be able to still have this game 0-0.
We're into the 4-on-4. We saw a little 4-on-4 last night between these two clubs, and that was where the game really seemed to open up strictly in the 4-on-4, as we've seen forechecks for Arkansas and Arizona State really have quite a bit of effectiveness the last night and a half now. But with the extra space available, we could see speed really dominate. That point shot blocked by Kowalchuk. Picked up by Holston. He gallops through the neutral zone, left to right, right to left, into the zone. On the backhand, he protects it. Tries to go with the power move. Desanka denies it. That'll be sent all the way down. Kowalchuk trying to win the battle. He loses it to Foster, but Kowalchuk puts himself in a good position and is able to get it out of his own zone harmlessly. Budman fires that one right into the glove of DeSanka, and he will cover with 4:07 left in the period and 54 seconds left on that 5-minute major to the Razorbacks.
DeSanka is doing a good job tonight. His puck tracking's very good, and it's going to take something pretty special or a second chance opportunity to get one past him tonight.
Arkansas wins the draw. The defenseman now passes it over to Stovall. Stovall, a good job to draw on 2 Sun Devils and passes it up to Delisle. Arkansas gets it across the blue line but has to tag up on the delayed offsides courtesy of a good stick from Perez. Delisle to Stovall, back to Delisle. It takes a weird bounce over to DeSanka as Garrett Amaya gives chase. Amaya forced to do liners between Stovall and Delisle as they just pass it back and forth between each other, playing a little bit of monkey in the middle. A tired Garrett Amaya will get a change as the Razorbacks bring it into the zone, and the Razorbacks will now go on an abbreviated power play. But Arizona State starts it off strong and will send it all the way down.
Arkansas is probably going to have maybe one opportunity on this 5-on-4 chance.
Thrown in behind Moore. A hard slap around by Perez, and that'll go all the way down. And that one chance Arkansas could have had will not materialize into anything after a good Sun Devil penalty kill takes charge.
Near the end of the period, especially on the Arkansas defensive zone, the ice is getting a little bad, and you have to be a little more decisive with your chances.
Mentioning that bad ice, Geely can't pick up the puck, but he gets support from Palumbo coming in late. Back to Geely. Geely thought he had Palumbo making a move towards the net, tried to drop it to him. Palumbo was not ready for it. Now Arizona State will have to sort it out behind their own net as the Razorbacks get a quick change. Geely gets up to Palumbo, a 2-on-1 developing. If they can hurry, Palumbo looks for the pass this time, and that's covered by the Razorback defenseman. He's laying out on the puck as Arizona State tries to dig it out. Finally, the whistle's called, and once again, Austin Palumbo unable to make the play on a 2-on-1.
Yeah, good defensive play by the Razorback defenseman. As he went to the ground, that was number 5, Dominic De La Guardia, of being able to just take away the passing lane, forcing Palumbo to have to fit that one through him. Unable to was Palumbo, and Arkansas will get a whistle.
The name of the game for the Sun Devils on this homestand has been missed opportunities. We'll see if they can right that wrong here with a turnover at the blue line. It comes down to Amaya, but just bounces over his stick. Otherwise, he would have had a wide open scoring opportunity. A good move by York at the blue line. Can't do anything with it. And now he has to hustle back. The Razorbacks coming to Valentin. Throws one backhand across the middle as he tried to find Williams. A hand pass called on De La Guardia.
The defenseman for the Sun Devils, Jack York, has to be a little more careful at the blue line. He's the last guy back. If he coughs a puck up at the blue line, Arkansas is going to be off to the races. He has to simplify his game from the point in order to avoid that situation from happening.
Center ice draw, won by Holston. Back to Budman. The assistant captain gets it to Demon, but the Sun Devils are in offsides. Deneen sorting it out, gets it across to Adams. Holston. Now Demon trying to be strong, gets to the backhand, and that just dinks off the pipe. A seemingly harmless play from Demon as he went forehand to backhand, beat Desenka, but couldn't quite beat the pipe. That Razorback shot goes over the net, off the glass, and Arizona State will try to break it out. Up to Deneen. Deneen trying to settle the puck down, shoots, and he scores! Connor Deneen! It looked to have taken a deflection, but it doesn't matter. Arizona State finally gets on the board with 25 and a half left, and it's 1-0 Sun Devils.
Great job by Connor Deneen, going hard to the net, trying to get ready for a rebound. And when you're putting yourself in good positions to score, lucky things will happen, and that one went off the seat of his pants and gave the Sun Devils a lead right here near the end of the second period.
And Arizona State flipping the script from last night when they relinquished a goal to Arkansas at nearly an identical time frame late in the second period, under a minute left. This time it's the Sun Devils capitalizing on a chance, and after dominating much of the play this period and also being the benefactor of a lot of power play time, the Sun Devils finally break through, and that has to be a huge breath of relief for this team.
With a lot of back and forth action in that last 2 or 3 minutes, it leaves both teams susceptible to be able to be on the counterattack, and luckily for Arizona State, they're able to capitalize.
Down to 10 seconds left. The Sun Devils just trying to get out of their zone and not give up a chance. It's Arkansas, though, that get it to a dangerous spot, but can't get a shot off. And Arizona State finishing that period off just the way they would have wanted, with a goal. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And right now, how many is one, as it's the Sun Devils up on top of the Razorbacks, finishing off this second period, as we would like to welcome you in to our broadcast booth here at Oceanside Ice Arena, as we get the camera set just the way we want it, and I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn, as we will give you the Devil's Advocate Sports Bar and Grill second period report. And Brett, Arizona State has a massive 33-14 shot advantage. Do you feel that second period reflected that advantage that they carry with them right now in the shot department?
Again, I think it's really weird. On the 5-on-5 play, the Arizona State dynamic is that we're going to outwork you, and outwork you they did against Arkansas. But once it went to the 5-on-4 opportunities, where I think they racked up most of their shots, they were all from the perimeter, making it really easy for Joseph Desenka and his defense for Arkansas to be able to clear the puck out. I think for Arizona State, something to work on is, again, on those odd man situations, to be able to capitalize and really be decisive in the offensive zone.
And Arizona State talking about capitalizing, they certainly did that with 25 seconds left. And take us through that goal, if you will. I know we don't have the instant replay to give to the folks at home, but it was some hard work finally benefiting the Sun Devils as they broke through.
It was a good job by Jake Keeley to be able to corral that pass he got from his defenseman, and was then able to give it for the 2-on-1 opportunity that ended up being put away by Connor Deneen. And a good job by Deneen as well to be able to get that middle lane drive. And by middle lane drive, what I was talking about when asking Tate Green about it before yesterday's game is you want that middle lane drive to, one, take away that defender away so it gives more space for the shooter, as well as put pressure on the goaltender, knowing that once that shot comes, he has to really control the rebound. For Deneen, he did a good job going straight to the crease of the net and was lucky as it got off the seat of his pants. And again, good things happen when you get to the front of the net, and it happened for the Sun Devils, making this a 1-0 hockey game.
It certainly did. And that was our Devil's Advocate Sports Bar and Grill second period report. The Sun Devils taking a 1-0 advantage into the third period, where they hope to finish this homestand off on the right foot. We will be back in about 13 minutes with you for some third period action here at Oceanside Ice Arena. Welcome back, folks, to the third period as we are underway in Tempe for the final frame of the final game of the three-game homestand for the Sun Devils as we transition into the Thanksgiving break. And Brett, before we get that far, we've still got some hockey left to be played, and the Sun Devils finally have a lead that they're carrying into the third period.
I think they've done a great job, even strength, and I think it's going to be important for the Sun Devils to keep that pressure on against Arkansas.
Trying to deal with a chance as Salmon gets a shot in the slot. He cannot hit the net, however. He'll go back, retrieve it on his backhand, circling in the offense zone, drops to DeGuire. It's loose in front. Moore making the splits. What a save by Bronson Moore. Kowalchuk finishing his check behind the play as Stovall gets up, and that's flipped all the way down. Foster goes back, but there's no icing on the play. In the neutral zone, Foster just gets it across the line. Behind the offensive net, and now it can be picked up and brought out by Levi Holston. Covered in front by DeSanka.
Arkansas, it's going to be very important to them that their motions got the best of them on that hitting call with that 5-minute major against Studioso. And it's important for them to not leave themselves short-handed and to stay disciplined.
Halston in the corner. Budman sends it all the way down, and it gets around and rims over to Halston. Halston tries to kick it over to Deneen. Deneen's not there. Arkansas can now build up some speed and get in the offensive zone as they're trying to generate some offense and get back into this game. They could have something here after a bad turnover. The shot deflected, bouncing around in front of the net. Bronson Moore's all over the place, and the puck just gets chipped out after a bad giveaway by Michael Perez in his own zone. He'll now get a second chance opportunity. Another bad pass. That one deflects right in front of Moore. You can hear the bench yelling at them to get the puck out. Klein can do just that here. He gets it up to Geely. Geely trying to get past this man. Not the biggest. More fleet of foot kind of player. He gets some help from the bigger Klein. And then Yager Larson in the corner. Klein pushed off of it. Larson and Geely can't get there, and Arkansas will just bank it into the Arizona State end. Dylan Adams, another giveaway at the blue line. He tries to go in for a check, ends up getting the worst of it from Valentin, who stayed strong on his skates. Sun Devils not making the best of decisions to start this third period. And Brett, a couple bullets dodged early on.
First started with Michael Perez. He thought Christmas was early and he ended up giving two gifts of passes to the Arkansas Razorbacks, and lucky for him, Bronson Moore was there to make the save. He might have to give him a little early Christmas card after saving his bacon. And then later in the shift, it ended up being Dylan Adams with a blind backhand pass, and all the Sun Devils have to be more diligent with how they distribute that puck.
We can hear the coaching staff encouraging the players to get a little more greasy. That'll be an icing. As the team looks to get a little greasy, I can tell you I might be getting a little greasy after this game's over with some Hungry Howie's flavored crust pizza. Hungry Howie's, the sponsor of tonight's third period. And Brett, for all those at home that are thinking of pizza much like I am, in the hockey world, what does getting greasy really mean?
It means that you have to be able to outwork your opponent inside the corners, take a hit when you need to, and be able to overall win the battle and sacrifice to help the benefit of your teammates.
And here all along I thought we were talking about pizza. Meanwhile, Arizona State behind their net. Jack York will try to get it out. He's dealing with a hard forecheck. The forechecker wins, but McLean just loses the puck as he tried to make a play. Coming back the other way, it's Holston. Holston tried to caress one in front to Amaya. Could not. That shot deflected off of Demon and into the slot where it can be picked up by Arkansas and brought ahead by Stovall. He drops it to Salmon. Salmon button hooks. Looking across the pass, he's got him! Nice save by Moore as LaPlante had a one-timer very tight in. And Bronson Moore got his pad up and knocked that away with the blocker. Moore will cover that one up, and as we near the 5-minute mark of this period, Arkansas pressing very hard.
Although you're a forward in the defensive end, you still have responsibilities. Alexander Demon on the weak side was supposed to cover LaPlante from Arkansas, lost coverage of him, and LaPlante had a nice one-timer opportunity and was fortunate that the star goaltender Moore was able to make the blocker save.
Bronson Moore has certainly been a star in the eye of head coach Tate Green so far this season, as he leads the ACHA in games played so far. Geely flopping around like a fish out of water. Pardon me, that's Adams. He gets a little help from Hoffenkamp as he stick handles through Hurley's feet and gets it in. Amaya now, the lanky righty, tries to play it up to Hurley. That pass can't be connected, and the Razorbacks bring it into the offensive zone, but another blue line turnover. Stood up at the blue line. Now Larson has to make a play as he takes a hit from Gradisar. Larson in on the forecheck. Changing behind the play as Amaya goes to the bench and fresh attackers come on for Arizona State. Valentin delivering a hard check on Geely. Geely no worse for the wear as he breaks it out. Into the offensive zone. And taking a hard check for his work is Callahan. Callahan getting back to the point now. Kowalchuk fires one. That was labeled for the corner pocket. A good save by Desenka. Into the slot. Klein can't find it. Geely on his backhand to Klein, the one-timer! And Desenka with a huge save. A wonderful opportunity for Arizona State to go up 2-0. They can't do it. The other way, it's a 2-on-0. Foster, he looks off Moore, but Moore has it saved all the way. And it's a 1-0 game still.
Unfortunate for Gavin Klein to add to his goal tally this weekend, getting a goal last night for the Sun Devils. Had it lost in his skates as it was a nice pass by Jake Ely, his line mate. And then on the other side of things, Bronson Moore, a big save denying the 2-on-1 opportunity for the Razorbacks.
Budman whips that one around. At the point, it cannot be cleared by Sullivan, so Budman has to go at it once more. Tries the other end of the ice, and they will get it out. Jack York settles it. Skates it past the oncoming forechecker, and just gets it out of the zone. As the Sun Devils start again, sporting a 1-0 lead and a 36-20 advantage on the shot clock. This is far and away the greatest shooting advantage the Sun Devils have sported in a game all season. As the light fixture up in the rafters takes a hard beating on that clear, but appears to be no worse for the wear.
I also want to mention that with the Studioso injury in the second period, the Sun Devils are going to be short a D-man playing with 5, so that means all the defensemen on the ice have to be a lot more aware of how long they're out on the ice and to be able to keep their shifts short in order to stay fresh.
Not to mention we have not seen Donovan Myers yet either, as he was reinserted into the lineup, only played limited minutes in the first period and has since been in the locker room. No word on his status, but it can only be assumed that the Sun Devils will be short a forward and a defenseman the remainder of this game. Deneen does a good job to squeak away with the puck. De La Guardia riding him hard. Deneen slips from a check, fires one into Senka, has to make a save. Deneen, a good effort in the corner to win a battle and get into a shooting area to generate a chance.
Okay, now a great job by the shift with them in Holston and Deneen, and again outworking whatever line they're up against. That's a good job by Deneen to walk out from the corner and get a shot on.
Holston going up against Stovall. Holston changes his grip on his stick, and it works. He wins the draw. Back to the point. Through drive, it gets off the crossbar. That shot from Demon gets through Desenka, ricocheted up, and just bounced over the crossbar. Sun Devils oh so close to a second goal.
Good set play by the Sun Devils. They were able to win the draw, and when you win that draw, it allows you to be a little more creative in the offensive zone. And that's just what they did. They had Demon set up on his forehand side, being able to easily collect the puck and get a shot on right away.
Salmon bringing it in for the Razorbacks. He'll throw one right on the crest of the Sun Devil logo, and that will be held. And Brett, we mentioned the injuries and the limited lineup that the Sun Devils will be sporting in this third period. Given the 1-0 lead in the state of this game, what does that mean for their shifts and the way they're going to play the last 12:07?
I think going back to their win last weekend against Jamestown when they were down a few guys due to injury, I think all that's going to do is be able to galvanize this group and use it as a positive thing and understand that everybody has to live up to their billing and play as hard as they can for each other.
It's going to take everybody pulling on the rope tonight if the Sun Devils are going to leave this barn with a win. There's still 11 minutes and 45 seconds that remain to be seen before we will know if that comes to fruition. It's Callahan back now. Making a play, Callahan, one of the beneficiaries of the Studioso injuries. He will see advanced minutes, having to step up from the third D pairing. Sun Devils are offsides, will not touch it. Gradisar will, and he will bring it into the zone as he has reinforcements coming in late. Banks it off the side of the net. Callahan trying to get it out, ends up giving it away. It comes to the back post of Gradisar. He's all alone, and Bronson Moore with a good save deflects that one just up into the rafters. Another good chance for Arkansas, but Bronson Moore was there to stop it.
Great job from the recovery speed by Bradley Budman, the assistant captain, being able to race over and get in the shooting lane of Gradisar, and with that, being able to reflect that puck into the netting and get a whistle. But the Sun Devils have to, again, clear up their defensive coverage in their own zone.
Coming out now is Geely. Geely has a man, it's Yager Larson! And he scores! Yager Larson! And that'll put the Sun Devils up 2-0 at the midway mark of the third.
A huge insurance marker for the Sun Devils. as it was a little too aggressive on the Razorback end of things, allowed for odd man opportunity, and Jager Larson was able to skate right in and be able to slide that puck underneath the pad of the goaltender, Dusenka. An unfortunate goal for Arkansas, and the Sun Devils can breathe a little easier.
And after that goal, Jager Larson going by the Arkansas bench, letting them know just who scored that goal. And as a result, some words were exchanged, and now an Arkansas player sits in the penalty box, as it's Valentin who sits in. And Arizona State, right after scoring, will go right on an Oxy Powell power play. Kowalchuk sends it down low to the goal scorer Larson. Larson drops it to Holston. Holston shields him with one hand, gets it to the point, kept in by York. York trying to get it to Holston. A good read by Williams, and that's sitting at the blue line. Not sure where the puck is, so the ref blows it. It'll be interesting to see where the draw ends up going, in or out of the zone. But Brett, as you said, a great insurance marker for Arizona State, and that certainly alleviates a little bit of the pressure that they were feeling with every Arkansas chance that came against them.
Yeah, in addition as well with Valentin taking that penalty, it looked like it was a slashing call after the play, and that just affords the Sun Devils even more of an opportunity to shut the door against them.
Adams will bring it in, trying to set up the power play. He'll drop it down low. Hoffenkamp feeling the pressure, a great check, and hard work by Arkansas as they get the clear. That was Alex DeGuire leading the way as he separated Hoffenkamp from the puck. Amaya trying to come back now. He'll go around the net. Gets it to the point. Arizona State getting it right where they want. Across the line. He had to settle it down, though. Couldn't get the shot. Arizona State looking a little static, trying to move the puck as Arkansas really loves to put that pressure. And we are going to get an elbowing call on Hoffenkamp as he was the man parked right in front of the net, trying to create some space from the D-man. He'll go for two. And with 42 seconds left in the Valentin penalty, that'll allow some 4-on-4 action and then an abbreviated Arkansas power play.
Again, both teams are handicapping each other by taking penalties at crucial times. And that time for Hoffenkamp coming back into the lineup, an ill-timed penalty now allows Arkansas to play even strength 4-on-4.
Holston carries it in for Arizona. Goes between the legs of the defenseman, skates around. Budman trying to get it down low, taking a big check. He can't keep it, and now Arkansas coming the other way. Gradisar trying to get it across, but couldn't get it to his man. That was Delisle on the far side. Back the other way, it's Budman. And Budman is going to draw a slashing call as the stick was taken right out of his hands.
I can't say it enough. Arkansas got a get out of jail free card and was able to have a 4-on-4 opportunity, and then it just washes away as that was a bad slashing call on Budman, and now it affords Arizona State to have even more ice and more of a dangerous opportunity on the power play, having it 4-on-3 for about a couple seconds.
Arizona State sets up for the draw in the offensive zone, a rare 4-on-3 power play opportunity. Now we are back to 4-on-4, and we'll soon be in 5-on-4. A lot of math to keep track of, we know, folks, but that's why we're here for you. Jack York softly pushes it ahead off of the wall. It's brought in onsides. Kowalchuk banks one off of the boards. Amaya was trying to get it to Kowalchuk behind the net. And now Arkansas will send it all the way down onto Moore. And Moore will collect it and drop it for Klein. Having trouble breaking it out are the Sun Devils, as York could not get that pass connected.
Arizona State a little lucky as they were trying to make a line change. Almost too many men.
Budman now playing it up to Adams. As Budman lays a big check, the puck now in front, trying to jam away at it as Adams could not get it to go. As he gets up late behind the play, Arkansas coming back. The only man back is Larson. A good play by the forward on defense. And now Adams can break it out. Adams into the zone. Sauces one towards the net. Holston could not get a touch on it. It goes wide. Into the corner boards, and Arkansas will throw it all the way down. No icing, though, as Arizona State is back on the abbreviated OxyPow power play. Arizona State tags up, gets in. Deneen trying to win a battle. 5-on-5 hockey as Arkansas looks for the home run, and Salmon just missed it. Moore out to play it. He'll backhand one up to Stovall. Stovall takes a stick check, loses the puck, but it's kept in by McLean. McLean saw LaPlante on the far side, tried to get it to him. It was a good read by Holston, however. Walchuk taking a hit to make a play, and now Arizona State gets it out. Demmin brings it in. On his strong side, Demmin hooks it around, goes for the shot, misses the net. Second chance opportunity, poking away at it, but Arkansas can get it out of their zone. LaPlante skates in and rips one right over the head of Moore. That was an absolute heat-seeking missile. Just missing high was LaPlante. Demmin gets it out. Arizona State nearly had an odd man rush going the other way. Just having a little trouble connecting passes. And Moore will cover that one for the whistle.
Arizona State has to be aware from the defensemen activating from the blue line for Arkansas. With them being down 2 goals and needing goals quickly, look for all 5 men for Arkansas to be able in dangerous scoring opportunities.
Back to the point, De La Guardia takes a shot through the legs of Hoffenkamp. And that'll allow the Sun Devils a chance to get it out of their zone, where it will be sent in on DeSanka. Hoffenkamp coming back for a change, as it's Hurley who loses an edge. The ice looking a little shaky as we get down into the latter stages of this third period. A beautiful move to get around man, but then just as we mentioned, going down and losing an edge was the forward Madsen for Arkansas. DeSanka way out of his net to play it, and he'll clear it all the way into the neutral. Madsen back on it once again, but can't connect the pass. Arizona State putting themselves in good positions. And it was a good stick from Budman that denied that chance for Arkansas. Not a surprise as Budman's rocking that Warrior stick, as Warrior is the preferred hockey stick supplier of the ACHA. A beautiful dipsy doodle, and it goes to the backside. Unable to get it is Sullivan after Austin Palumbo put on the moves like Jagger on the defenseman. The aforementioned Budman turns and fires one. DeSanka paddles it away into the corner. Palumbo comes back to the bench after a great shift from that line. Yapello now to Stovall. Stovall rips one. That goes wide of the net. Kept in by DeGuire. DeGuire, the goal scorer from a night ago, tried to get it behind the net to Stovall. Didn't get there, but a good second effort by Gradisar. Freed it, but only for a moment.
Arizona State's doing a good job protecting this 2-0 lead. You want to keep the puck in the offensive zone as much as possible and make Arkansas have to go all 200 feet.
McLean now trying to get that offense going for the Razorbacks. Another block, this time by the captain, Kowalchuk, who's on the puck and is able to break it out. Geely chips one in towards the Sanka as he's just looking for a change. Perez over to Kowalchuk. Kowalchuk looking for Deneen, and that just misses his stick. And an icing call against the Sun Devils, a chance potentially for Arkansas to get back in it.
It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be on that draw for the Razorbacks and what type of set play they can have in the offensive zone. The goal has not been pulled yet for the Razorbacks. We have about 3 minutes left. It'll be interesting to see when Dzanka comes to the bench.
And a very late timeout called by Arkansas. It will be given. And with 3:03 left, that timeout will be brought to you by Harper's Roofing Incorporated, a family-run business since 1992.
For the Razorbacks, I have to imagine the puck's in the offensive zone for them, that this is the best chance they can have to pull their goalie Dzanka and start with 6 guys already in the offensive zone for Arizona State. Again, it's going to be a dirty goal, most likely for Arkansas to come back in this hockey game. So all 5 men on the ice have to be aware of where their man is that they're covering, and when there is a loose puck, to make sure to lift sticks and account for everybody near the puck.
The offensive zone coming for Arkansas as they look to get a face-off win here. And they will now pull the goalie. That's 6 skaters on the ice for the Razorbacks. 5 for Arizona State, not including the goaltender Bronson Moore. Stovall tries to win the draw, gets help from Foster, can't get it. Sun Devils try to clear it, unsuccessful. It's kept in on sides. Gradisar coming in on a 2-on-1. Gradisar across, and a great deflection from Kowalchuk. The defensive stick denied that chance. Sun Devils just trying to get it down the ice now, and it's off the post.
Sun Devils, again, have to be very careful as that puck was at the blue line. York being a little too aggressive, almost leaving Kowalchuk out to dry.
That one takes a funny hop, and Moore stops it with 2:30 left. And a great play by the captain to deny what looked to be a sure 2-on-1 opportunity for the Razorbacks.
When you're a defenseman and you find yourself in that odd man situation, the usual rule of thumb is you want the goaltender to watch for the shot taker, and you make sure to block the pass on the play. And Kowalchuk did a great job communicating with Moore on that.
Textbook defense as that shot goes just wide. Arkansas once again keeping it just in, but it's Budman who will send that all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing. As head coach Tate Green is not too happy with that icing. As Arkansas will have a chance for another set play. You saw them earlier try to push through the draw and have a big winger come in. We'll see if the Sun Devils are ready for that one. Arizona State, however, is able to win that one. And a great effort by Timothy Hoffenkamp to beat out that icing. Stovall looked to have him dead to rights, but Hoffenkamp kept moving the feet, and that's more valuable time off of the clock. Into the corner, pushed off of it was Valentin as we hit the 100-second mark left in this game. 2-0 lead for Arizona State. It could be 3 if Hurley can put away the empty netter, and he does. Jared Hurley, it's 3-0 Arizona State, and that biscuit in the basket surely guarantees the victory now.
Again, great hustle by the Sun Devils to race to that puck. Horley, the first man on it, was able to easily put it into the back of the net, and the Sun Devils have sealed this victory, getting their first win of the weekend.
And after some consulting with the referees following the goal, Arkansas had something that they were clearly not happy with, pleaded their case, but the ruling did not go in their favor. As we get down now to the 1:15 mark in the third period. That will be an offsides with 1:05 on the clock. The Sun Devils just trying to finish this game off and get Bronson Moore the shutout he rightly deserves. Bronson's been at the heart of every win that Arizona State has had this year just about, and he has not had the stats coming back his way to reflect the efforts he's put in, as he has been in for some very lopsided losses, and this is certainly one that he'd love to have after missing the big game against Missouri State to open this homestand.
Definitely has one of the big reasons why the Sun Devils are going to walk out with a win tonight.
With the right leg, Moore kicks that one to his defenseman where it will be rimmed around. Stovall picks it up. That one caught Moore a little off guard as he wasn't ready to react to it, but good positioning benefited him there. And behind the play, we have Luke Gradisar collecting his bucket. And the coaching staffs between Arkansas and Arizona State exchanging a few pleasantries at the tail end of this game. And folks, it was a very tight affair last night. We saw a lot of hard checks being doled out, not too much after the whistle stuff, sans one incident, but tonight it has certainly been a much more emotional affair, to say the least.
Yeah, it definitely is, especially playing any team back-to-back. A lot of that intensity carries over into the next game. And hopefully for both sides, cooler heads will prevail with just about 17 seconds left and the outcome already decided.
Now down to the last 17 and change. It'll be a neutral zone faceoff just outside the Arizona State zone as they attempt to get this shutout ensured. That'll be covered by DeSanka. Foster rips that one around the boards, and it'll go all the way back down. And the horn will sound on an Arizona State victory. The Sun Devils skate off the ice to congratulate Bronson Moore and partake in the festivities of enjoying this 3-0 win.
As they should be celebrating with their goaltender, Bronson Moore. A 28 save performance tonight by the Arizona State goaltender, and a few key saves ending up with him getting the shutout, and rightly so.
Gavin Klein leads the way in the handshake line for Arizona State. A symbolic finish to every matchup that Arizona State has. Despite all the emotions boiling over the top at the end, it's good to see that everyone can shake hands and walk off the ice.
Both teams did a great job tonight and overall in the weekend. Both of these teams evenly matched in the record department, and so it showed with both teams going 1-1 against each other.
And on this cold Saturday night, the Sun Devils go and thank all the fans that stuck around for this one. We know that there are many options for you when enjoying your Saturday night. And we would like to thank all 45 of you who stuck around to this point and are enjoying this one with us. It was a wonderful game for Arizona State. And as we welcome you back up into our broadcast booth here at Oceanside Ice Arena, I'm Niall Cooper, giving you our Devil's Advocate Sports Bar and Grill third period and game report. As this one finishes up, Arizona State opened this 3-game homestand against Missouri State, finished it off with 2 games against Arkansas, and as I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn, we saw that final game against Arkansas. Arizona State was finally able to break through and finish this one off the way that they wanted.
Yes, and I think the key to victory tonight was them playing all 3 periods, especially even strength, outworking the other opponent and playing up to their level. And I think it really showed with the win, with the 3-0 victory tonight, and that's something that the Sun Devils need to work on in order to be able to have a good sustained season as we're rounding to the second half of the ACHA regular season.
And it was the effort that had really plagued Arizona State, especially the last 2 nights, as we saw a lot of inconsistency. There were ups, there were downs. It was a very roller coaster kind of effort, but tonight they clearly brought it, and it all started back between the pipes. Bronson Moore ends up getting the shutout tonight, and a great effort from him and the defense to step up in spite of everything they had been going through and the injuries that they also suffered.
Yes, it definitely was as a welcome sight to have him back, and this weekend after he was going through an illness. And again, it shows how big of a part Bronson Moore is to this Arizona State hockey team. But at the same time, it shows the guys playing in front of him that they need to step their game up in order to match his intensity. And overall, that is what's going to put Arizona State over the top, especially in a tough Western Collegiate Hockey League conference.
And the win tonight puts Arizona State up to 3-3-1 at home on the season. 7-15-1 is the overall record on the year. A lot of road games to start the season, and it won't get any easier when they go on the road for those next 2 games before the end of the first half of this season.
Definitely will, playing against always an in-state rival, Arizona, and you never know how those games are going to go. But for Arizona State, it's good to have a good confidence builder at the end of this 3-game homestand, and for them to, again, have belief in themselves that once they all work together collectively as a unit, no individuals on the team, everybody is pulling on the rope, that is when they play their best hockey.
It was a great team effort tonight from Arizona State to persevere and get that much-needed victory, and we certainly hope that that will continue down at the Tucson Convention Center 2 weeks from now when they take on the University of Arizona. Well, before we get to the Thanksgiving break and digging into that turkey, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in with us tonight. My partner, Brett Vaughn, thanks for another great game. Glad to see the win, as always.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there, and stay safe.
And before we let you all go and enjoy your Saturday night, we need to thank a few special people that make this broadcast possible. Our cameraman tonight was Jet Larson. Our sound engineer was Kira Vaughn. Our dual studio producers and engineers back at Network Central were Kay and Jeff Larson. Alongside my partner Brett Vaughn, I am Niall Cooper, reminding you once again of tonight's final score. Arizona State 3, the Arkansas Razorbacks 0. Thanks so much for being with us, and so long from Oceanside Ice Arena.